The 2022 NFL Draft is upon us. You are in the Sportsocracy here in the Ingles Studio. I'm Tank Spencer. He's at ESPN Draft Nerd Jeremy Greene, and it's time to talk about his New York
Jets, Jets.
Oh, it's the day he's been waiting for since he found out he was going to get 2 top 10 picks.
I mean, you're set up if you're the Jets because the needs of this team, I would like to have another edge. I would like to add a linebacker. I'd like to add a corner, another receiver. And you have all the draft capital you could ever need. You got 4 picks in the top 38. The world is your oyster. It's just a question of what do you want to attack where.
Biggest question is there going to be a late trade for your team?
That's one of the things that's the hardest for me because if Deebo Samuel gets traded, it will be to the Jets. It'll be for 38 and 69, and that would change the course of the draft. To me, the only way that happens is if there is a certain player that is not there at 10 that I know they're enamored with. In this mock, he was.
All right, 2 first-round picks, 1 at 4, 1 at 10 in the Flostradamus Jeremy Greene final mock draft here in the Sportsocracy at number 4 overall, taking a guy from your Florida State Seminoles, the edge rusher, Jermaine Johnson.
And some people will see this as a reach, and they're wrong. Here's the thing about Jermaine Johnson where people like me have had to be really careful with him. None of us wanted him to stand up. I want you wide 9, hand in the dirt, defensive end. That's what the Jets do. Now you got him and Carl Lawson. This would be the best pass-rushing tandem they've had since John Abraham and Sean Ellis. I have it on good authority. They're not taking Kayvon Thibodeau. This was the compromise. Joe Douglas could not get on board with the personality with Thibodeau. Rob Saleh loves them both. Here we go. I love this kid. But he's a one-year wonder. I know he was stuck at Georgia, which was the most talented defense ever, and he didn't fit that scheme as well.
Your future number 1 wide receiver for the Jets, there at number 10, it's Garrett Wilson from Ohio State.
They brought him in for a top 30 visit. I know they really like the receivers. From what I've been told, he is number 1 on their board. This is the guy that they prefer. This is the one they want to be there at 10. Now, there's been a lot of talk that he wouldn't be. I'm just not seeing how it's going to happen. Atlanta was very pivotal to that because somebody was going to have to trade back to get one of these teams in there. I don't see them taking Garrett Wilson at 8. Not for Marcus Mariota to throw to him. And if you take the receiver before you take the quarterback, you lose a year of team control, and the receiver gets expensive before the quarterback does. We've seen that doesn't end well. I think they would take Thibodeau. Garrett Wilson ends up on the board here. Green Bay trades up, gets Jameson Williams, who I've heard they prefer. Garrett Wilson's on the board here. No need to trade for Deebo because you've got toys.
You do
so many toys.
You got lots of toys, and you can add to the toy chest with 3 picks on day 2, 2 in the second round, and they're both at the top of the draft thanks to the Sam Darnold trade with the Carolina Panthers. At number 35 overall, you got him taking Travis Jones, the defensive tackle out of UConn. You will be insufferable if it goes this way.
Oh, God. You will want to turn off our draft coverage unless you're a Jets fan. And then you know what? We'll just drink beers and talk shit together. Travis Jones, a player they brought in for a top 30 visit. They were on Devontae Wyatt until the personality things came out. Joe has a thing with, I'm not touching that. So here, instead of Devontae Wyatt, you go Travis Jones. Better pass rusher right now. I laugh just thinking about it. The thought of him with Quinnen Williams, Jermaine Johnson, and Carl Lawson. I don't give a fuck who your linebackers are. One of them could be me. You're going to get to the quarterback, which is exactly what Robert Saleh wants. This is one of those low-key, I don't know that he'll be there. Tennessee scares me to take him in front of the Jets, but if he's there at 35, D-line, finished.
Lots of prognosticators having you guys take a cornerback at the top of the draft, but here comes one in the second round at number 38, Kyler Gordon, cornerback out of Washington.
And here's what they forget. Robert Saleh does not prioritize corners. I can't wrap my brain around how they're going to take one that high after they already signed DJ Reed. 2, it's a very specific kind of corner that plays in his system. Kyler Gordon is one of those. To me, he falls in your lap here. This gives you Bryce Hall, Michael Carter that took last year, Jason Penix, so many secondary pieces. I look at the defense now and go, okay, you still got a problem at linebacker that you're not going to be able to rectify in this draft. Secret time, they went in front of you at 35. There was a run. All 3 high-end linebackers went right in front of the pick at 35. So now you've got that fixed. You feel good about the offensive line. The Mekhi Becton shit's all smoke. and you still got you got one pick left.
You do.
That you can do stuff with.
And Jeremy's going to get his little boyfriend at the linebacker position from Montana State, Troy Anderson at number 69.
He's the most athletic player in this draft. Played quarterback, played running back at Montana State, was an all-conference player at quarterback, and then shifted over to linebacker. One of my favorite stories in this draft, hyper athletic. He's raw, but having him next to C.J. Mosley, I think this would bring out a really good side in Mosley. This could be what you thought Jarrad Davis was going to be, as just the athletic utility piece that does a lot of things. Really good against tight ends. I love Troy Anderson. The reason he falls here is because he is raw, and it is going to take some time between the level of competition and he's learning a position, but I absolutely love Troy Anderson.
Jets fans, on day 3, you're going to have, you'll be able to check out early on day 3. 2 picks in the 4th round, 2 picks in the 5th round, and, God, go ahead.
You can see him on the screen here. Brandon Smith, one of the best pass coverage linebackers in the draft, but he doesn't necessarily hold up so well against the run. Great piece for Robert Saleh to use. Luke Fortner, great zone center, could come in and start right away, but if not, then he's a 6th lineman. Nice utility piece. Pierre Strong, great zone running back, nice compliment to Michael Carter that they brought in on a top 30 visit, and Spencer Burford, who's an offensive tackle out of UT San Antonio, that would literally be the swing tackle off the jump. If Mekhi Becton is not okay, you can slide George Fant over to the left side, play Burford on the right. It's just an insurance policy, and he's a tremendous fit for this system.
Go ahead and stamp it A+ mock draft here by Flostradamus Jeremy Greene.
Jets, Jets.
We will be covering all 262 picks of the NFL Draft live starting right here tonight on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. We are fully interactive all 3 days of the draft. Anything you want to talk about, you want to throw shade at the picks, whatever, we will be here for it.
In the description of this video, you'll see the links for all 3 days. Tonight for round 1, tomorrow for rounds 2 and 3, and then day 3. We'll be live for every pick. Instant analysis, instant grades. We're going to drink beer. We're going to talk shit. This will be just like watching it at a bar with your buddies with no risk of a DUI.
And it is so much fun, and we are glad to do it once again, coming to you from the Ingles Studio. Ingles Supermarkets, low prices, love the savings, a proud sponsor of the Sportsocracy, and we love them, and you should love them as well. I'm Tank Spencer. He's Jeremy Greene.